Cleopatra, the queen who defined an era and a civilization. Introduction: Cleopatra VII. Philopator, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, is arguably one of the most famous women in history. Her reign, marked by political intrigue, strategic alliances, and personal drama, continues to captivate and inspire people around the world. This essay aims to explore the multifaceted life and legacy of Cleopatra, from her early days as co-regent to her legendary romances with some of the most powerful men of her time, and her lasting influence on art, culture, and gender dynamics. Childhood and early life. Born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, Egypt, Cleopatra was the daughter of Ptolemy Auletes, the ruler of Egypt. Her family, the Ptolemaic dynasty, was of Macedonian descent and had ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years. As the eldest daughter, Cleopatra was educated in the royal court and groomed for leadership. She learned several languages, including Egyptian, Greek, and Latin, and studied philosophy, literature, and the sciences. Rise to power. When Cleopatra's father died in 51 BCE, Cleopatra and her younger brother, Ptolemy III, ascended to the throne as co-regents. The early years of their reign were marked by political instability and economic hardship, exacerbated by the machinations of powerful advisors. Cleopatra, however, was determined to assert her authority and restore stability to the kingdom. Cleopatra and Caesar's relationship has been the subject of much speculation and controversy. According to ancient sources, Cleopatra was introduced to Caesar in 48 BCE, and they quickly became lovers. Cleopatra, who was just 22 years old at the time, saw in Caesar a powerful ally who could help her reclaim her throne. Caesar, for his part, was captivated by Cleopatra's intelligence, beauty, and wit. The couple's affair was scandalous by the standards of the time, as Caesar was already married to Calpurnia, and Cleopatra was married to her brother, Ptolemy III. Caesar's assassination and Cleopatra's exile, the couple's happiness was short-lived. In 44 BCE, Caesar was assassinated by a group of senators led by Brutus and Cassius. Cleopatra, who was in Rome at the time, was forced to flee back to Egypt. She was once again exiled from her kingdom, as her brother's advisors saw her as a threat to their power. Cleopatra was devastated by Caesar's death, and she resolved to regain her throne and avenge his murder. Alliance with Marc Anthony. Cleopatra's opportunity came in 41 BCE, when the Roman general Marc Anthony arrived in Egypt. Antony, who was one of Caesar's closest allies, was on the run from the forces of Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir. Cleopatra saw in Antony a chance to restore her kingdom and to seek revenge on Caesar's murderers. She used her charm and political savvy to win Antony's support, and the two quickly became lovers. Their relationship was passionate and tempestuous, and it would define both of their lives. Together, Cleopatra and Antony formed an alliance against Octavian, who was now the ruler of Rome. However, their union was not without its challenges. Antony's reputation was damaged by his association with Cleopatra, and he faced opposition from powerful Roman senators who saw him as a traitor to Rome. Battle of Actium and Cleopatra's death. In 31 BCE, the conflict between Antony and Octavian came to a head at the Battle of Actium. Cleopatra and Antony's forces were defeated, and they were forced to retreat to Alexandria. The couple's relationship began to deteriorate, and Antony's drinking and erratic behavior made matters worse. In August of 30 BCE, Antony received false reports that Cleopatra had committed suicide. In a fit of despair, he took his own life. When Cleopatra learned of Antony's death, she arranged for an asp, a venomous snake, to be brought to her in a basket of figs. She allowed the snake to bite her, and she died from the poison. Legacy. Cleopatra's reign was a time of great political and cultural achievement for ancient Egypt. She was a visionary leader who sought to modernize and strengthen her kingdom, and continues to influence the world today. Conclusion. Cleopatra's life was a saga of power, intrigue, and passion. She was a woman ahead of her time, who defied convention and challenged the status quo. Her relationships with Caesar and Antony were just one aspect of her complex personality. Cleopatra was also a scholar, a diplomat, and a ruler who sought to bring stability and prosperity to her kingdom.